From lead generation failure to success with virtual assistants. You probably did not get into business in order to do lead generation. You probably got into business because you love the key aspect of what you do, right? Whatever you create, whatever activity you actually do to help people. And the lead generation is often seen as a necessary evil in order to get our product or our activity, our service in front of people to find those ideal clients and so they can find us, right? But lead generation in and of itself is often not something that an entrepreneur enjoys doing or does well. So what we actually see a lot are mistakes that are being made. And so what I want to do today is talk about some of the common lead generation mistakes that happen, not because you're not a great person or a great entrepreneur, but because you're not in business for lead generation and this stuff's tough. The great news is that getting another person on board, like a virtual assistant, to handle these things is often a win-win. You often make a lot more money because you bring in a lot more ideal clients, and you enjoy life because you get to spend more of your time in your top 20%. So let's walk through these lead generation mistakes and how a virtual assistant can help you. So first, quick response time, right? So you do so much to get your name out there, and then somebody reaches out looking to use your product or service and you can't get back to them in time. By the time you get back to them, they have already found an alternative and they're not going to work with you. Honestly, I see this a lot from small businesses. I will reach out to a small business, let's say looking for a new HVAC company, right? Because we have rental properties and we need HVAC companies all the time, right? And we may call 10 and 8 of those 10 either won't pick up the phone, won't have a messaging service, or won't call us back within a day. So really, they've already taken themselves out of the running. And I get it. If they don't have a virtual assistant and the owner of the company is out servicing people and HVACs, then of course they're not there to answer the phone or call back. But that means also that they're leaving business on the table. So having a virtual assistant means that you can get a quicker response time when somebody reaches out, whether that's phone, email, social media message, however they're reaching out via technology, the virtual assistant can be there to answer the phone or respond to the message ASAP. 2, if you're going to be on social media, you have to do it well in order to get a result. And that means several things that, to be frank, entrepreneurs have a tough time with. The first is tailored content, really having high quality content tailored to your ideal client. So often a business owner knows their ideal client. That doesn't mean they know how to market to them. Versus if you have a virtual assistant who's trained in marketing, they can know how to make compelling messages that actually resonate with that ideal client. Secondly, with social media, consistency, right? That's what they say time and time again, is you've got to be consistent in getting content out there. And we know what it's like when you're a business owner or an entrepreneur. You do it for a little bit, you get a little bit of business, and then you get so busy servicing that business that you stop doing the lead generation. And that's where a virtual assistant can mean day in, day out, no matter what, that lead generation, or in this case, let's say that social media output, is happening consistently. Data analytics. This is another thing that business owners never really have the time to do, and yet we can easily have that be tasking for a virtual assistant. So if we're going to do lead generation, we need to track how successful it is, right? We need to say, okay, if we're going to do a newsletter, we're going to do social media, we're going to do direct mail, we're going to do whatever it is, we need to track how many people that are coming from it, how successful is it, what are our click-through rates, right? Whatever the metric is for that method of lead generation, we need to track that metric and see what's happening. And once we have tracking in place, we can start doing A/B testing, right? We can try 2 different versions and see if one of them has better results, and we can evolve there and get more results. That is something that business owners rarely have the time to do, and yet it is something that we can easily have a virtual assistant do. What I like to do in the sense of social media, where we want to have content that is tailored and consistent and where we're tracking the data analytics, is I like to partner a virtual assistant with a tech tool, which I think is really some of the secret sauce for getting the most out of a virtual assistant. So ways that can look like is, of course, using AI or ChatGPT or Canva, some of those tools for social media, and then also a posting tool, something like Hootsuite or Buffer or Metricool or one of those many other options out there. That really makes it a lot more efficient for a virtual assistant to do this work and really empowers them to do it at a much higher level. Then that comes to like the next aspect of just time and resource management, right? As an entrepreneur, you never have enough hours in the day, and we really want you to be spending your time and your resources in your top 20%. And lead generation is often not your top 20%. So it's a great opportunity to bring on a virtual assistant, and this is something where they will make enough to more than pay for themselves because they're going to be bringing in more clients for you. So if you would love to improve your lead generation and yet there's just not enough hours in the day, all our contact information is below for Workergenics. Please reach out. We'd be happy to have a free discovery call to see if we are the right fit to help you 10x your business using a virtual assistant for lead generation.